I reckon we should begin really. Make sure you've told everybody not to disturb you. Your phones are turned off. Sit down. Oh, and take a nice deep breath in and exhale. And make sure your hands and your legs are not crossed. And allow yourself to arrive and become slightly still. You may have had a busy, active day, or maybe a busy, active week. And this is that time when your body needs to recognize once again that right now you can relax and simply be. So take another nice deep breath in. Hold it to the count of 3. And then exhale. And as you do so, allow your shoulders to soften and drop down. And let them drop down a little bit further than they were a moment ago. And really soften. And then focus on your breathing. Notice your inward breath and your outward breath. Your inward breath and your outward breath. And know that each time you have thoughts that come into your head that are nothing to do with this meditation, they might be tasks that still await your attention, or conversations and things that have happened during the last week or so. Allow them to just pass by. You could consciously blow them away for a moment on your next outward breath. And if during this meditation you find your mind wanders, that's fine. Just pull your mind back to whatever I'm saying, whatever is happening within the meditation. And tick yourself off, that's negative energy. We don't need any negative energy. So allow yourself to simply be at this moment in time. So if you haven't already done so, I invite you now to close your eyes and squeeze them really, really, really tight as you can. You kind of screw your face up in order to really squeeze those eyes tight. And then slowly let your eyes relax, keeping them closed, but let them relax. And really notice that sensation of how it feels around your eyes as you allow them to relax. And then give yourself permission to send that relaxed sensation over the top of your head, down over your ears, and into your jaw. You might imagine this as a particular colour. So if this is a particular colour, whatever colour you might choose, imagine that colour now travelling over your shoulders, in and around your arms, down past your elbows, to your wrists and your hands, right to the tips of your fingers. And as that colour continues to go in and around your chest and your shoulder blades, down your spine, notice your breathing. Notice when you're breathing in and when you're breathing out. And maybe your breathing is slowing down slightly. as you allow this calming colour to continue travelling down your body, in and around your stomach and your waist, down into your abdomen, your lower back, in and around your hips, and noticing that softer sensation just as you did with your eyes. Allow it to travel down your legs now, in and around your knees, all the way down to your ankles, over the top of your feet and underneath your feet. And just for a few moments, allow yourself to imagine being completely immersed. Like a sponge, you soak it all up, this wonderful, soft, calm, relaxed peacefulness. It's a little bit like going to sleep, but not quite going to sleep, because your mind is still active and able to listen to me now. Now today I'd like you to imagine that you have travelled in whatever way you wish, train or car, bus, or perhaps you've walked or cycled, but you have arrived at an aquarium. You're outside the entrance, and the entrance has a massive, brightly lit up frontage, and there are 3 steps that lead up to the entrance. So imagine taking those 3 steps up. Feel how your feet land on those steps. Does it make a sound as your feet make contact with the steps? Moving up to the doors, and they automatically open before you. And as you go in, at first you're greeted with some very tall cylinders, and inside these tall cylinders is different coloured liquid. There's red ones and green ones and blue and even a very deep indigo. You can see them ahead. And as you come close to the first one, which happens to be red, you realise there are lots of tiny little jellyfish swimming around. And that's when you notice a very gentle hint of music playing in the background. And as you watch these jellyfish moving so gracefully, just gently rising up and down, and gliding round and round in this cylinder of colour. They're quite mesmerising to watch. And you move on through the various cylinders, but each one catches your attention and forces you to just stop a moment and look and watch. They're so graceful. And then you come across an area where you can sit down, and the seat is positioned in a place where you can watch all of these cylinders at once. And you decide, actually, that that is what you quite fancy doing right now. So you sit down, listening to the music, watching these jellyfish. And the amazing thing is, it just seems like they are moving to the music, gracefully, beautifully. So elegant are their movements. But it's really peaceful to watch. Nothing is hurried. Everything is slow. Everything is gentle. Every movement, every turn, each rise upwards, and each gliding down. Everything is stunningly calm. A few other people come by, and you watch the looks on their faces. They are responding in exactly the same way that you did. And they all hush when they see the jellyfish moving about so gracefully within these coloured cylinders. You decide to move on and go deeper into this aquarium. And you find a corridor that you're not sure whether this is part of the route, but it's all lit up. And at the end, there's a glimmer of something kind of shimmering that's catching your eye. As you get closer, you realise you are outside of a very large, enormous Goldfish Bowl. And what you can see are some pebbles and rocks on the bottom with some plants. And there must be movement in the water because you can see the plants swaying slightly. Some of those plants are quite tall and many are very short. And just at that point in time, someone from above has dropped a pebble into the centre of the Goldfish Bowl. But you're down low looking up, so you can see this pebble as it descends through the water, slowly, surprisingly slowly. It drops down, down, down until it lands on the surface. It causes a little stirring of particles, and slowly everything settles down again. And as you look, you realise that that pebble was in fact a bright blue crystal. So you look at it from this vantage point. And then you walk around the Goldfish Bowl, the massive, huge Goldfish Bowl. About a quarter of a way round the circle. And you look again, trying to find that blue crystal. And it looks so different from this angle. Notice what you notice. And then moving round again until you're halfway round the huge Goldfish Bowl. And again you're looking for that blue crystal where it landed. Ah, there it is. How does it look from here? Then moving round again. And you have another peep in the Goldfish Bowl. And notice how different the crystal looks at from this angle. Then you notice to your left there is a staircase that leads up, around and up. You take the staircase and it takes you up to the top of this Goldfish Bowl. Here you are greeted by someone who says, any situation that you have, any issue or problem, anything you're not sure of and would like guidance on, perhaps something in life you just can't make sense of, you can now place that issue, that problem, that thing you can't make sense of. You can now drop it into the centre of this huge Goldfish Bowl. And so you do. And then you come down the spiral staircase back to where you started. And looking up, you now see that issue drifting down very gracefully, very slowly, down, 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 until it lands in the centre. So now you look at it from this vantage point. And knowing how different the crystal looked from different vantage points, you now have an opportunity to look at this problem, issue, or that thing that you just can't make sense of from the different angles, and notice what you notice. So I'm going to leave you to slowly make your way around the Goldfish Bowl and take a good look from a different perspective. And you have a choice of 4 there to look at. And I'll call you back in a while. And then you notice like a bubble of air appear from the surface in this rather huge goldfish bowl. And that bubble of air begins to rise upwards. And so you make your way back up those stairs. And the person in charge at the top is saying, "Here, this one is for you." As the bubble of air rises, it's a little bit like a package in a very fine film. And you're told there's a cubicle to the side where you can open it in privacy. So you go into the cubicle. But how do you open this sphere? Some are like glass and they need to be shattered. Some it's a little bit like a helium balloon and you breathe in the air. You're actually breathing in the message, the answer, the solution, maybe an insight. You'll find your way, your own unique way to access whatever is inside that sphere for you. But whatever it is, it will be helpful for you right now. Then as you leave the cubicle, you say thank you to the guardian up above and you make your way down the stairs. Making making your way down the stairs. And you turn and have one last glance at that massive Goldfish Bowl before making your way back along the corridor. And once again in the room where all the jellyfish are gracefully moving in their very delicate way in the colourful cylinders. You decide to sit here again, just for a little while longer. You're not ready to leave just yet. You might sit and close your eyes, or maybe you watch those jellyfish again. There's something rather peaceful about watching their gentle, graceful movement. And slowly getting up, meandering back through towards the entrance. And as you get to the entrance, the doors swing wide open once again. And you come down the 3 steps. And then you take a nice deep breath in. And exhale. And you remember that lovely colour that you had running over your body and through your body. That colour that you associated with that nice, calm, peaceful sensation that started with your eyes. It started with your eyes. So let your awareness now come back into your time and space, wherever you are. And notice how the top of your head feels. And your eyes, and your ears, and your jaw. And move your jaw about a little bit. Then move your shoulders and your arms. That's it. Bring your awareness back into you now and back into your space. Notice the sounds around you. They might be near, they might be in the distance, but notice the sounds around you as you take another nice deep breath in. Wriggle your waist and your hips. Move your legs slightly. Wriggle your toes. Tap your head. Touch your cheeks and your face. And clap your hands.